one important thing, the rule is that they do not begin with capital letter. Okay, so if you look at these things that I listed, most of them are common nouns. In fact, all of them are common nouns. Okay, so it's something general, like if you go to every house, you will see a television, right? You go to every house, you'll see a table. You go to every house, you'll see books, right? Okay, maybe cushion, not every house will have it. Lamp, maybe not every house, but lights, generally, yes, okay? This exercise will actually help you to make good sentences, sentences that make sense. Okay, so rearrange the words to form a proper sentence. You have as, tall, another as, he is giant. Okay, so when you have two as like that, okay, the first thing that actually comes to my mind will be something called simile. Okay, simile is something that you are familiar with. We have done a little bit of that before. Okay, so simile. So simile means when you're comparing things, right? Okay, you're giving a comparison. Now, look at these words here. What do you think is being compared? As something. So I will think that it's as tall. Okay, so as tall as what? As tall as giant. Okay, as tall as giant, but it sounds funny, isn't it? Okay, so we need to put in a giant. So as tall as a giant. Okay, so I have this. So when I know my simile, it is actually helpful. Okay, so what I'm trying to show you here is you are supposed to be like a, be very alert. Okay, and your antenna is all up to pick out all the things that you have learned and you have read and you have studied before. Okay, because at any time, you will be using it. Okay, so here, you just use simile, which is something you learned. Okay, so as tall as a giant. You're left with he is. So isn't it obvious where you put he is? He is as tall as a giant. Okay? So simple as that. Alright? So once you pick out that keywords, you will be able to fill in your sentence. Which sentence tells you that Nina's parents could not cheer her up? Could not. Well, if you look at the parts that show the parents cheering her up, it will be here. Her mother tried to cheer her up. She bought some toys for Nina. Nina's father also tried to cheer her up. He told her a bedtime story every evening. So, was she cheered up? If you don't know, you read on. It says, however, Nina was still sad and bored. The fact that you're still sad and bored tells you that you are not cheered up. Okay? And she looked out of the window and wished she could go to school. So it's this sentence that tells you. So I will say the sentence is, and I quote the entire sentence, using open and close inverted comma. Okay, notice I follow this thing. However, Nina was still sad and bored. Okay, but I have the open and close inverted comma. Okay? So that's how you answer questions like this when they ask you to give the sentence, or give the phrase, or give the word. Okay, so you say the word is, the phrase is, the sentence is. Then use your open and close inverted commas. Alright?